Guys, we have some breaking news coming out of the world of our 2A rights because it turns out that Nagr just rang the doorbell of Magpul, left a burning bag of dog crap, and hopefully they would step on it, because they are officially subpoenaing them for their magazine sales records. This one is going to be spicy. It is, as of right now, breaking. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on. Guys, we have got to talk about this one. This just dropped a few seconds ago. This one is a big one. All right, let me walk right into it. This is an earlier video before the live stream tonight, but National Association for Gun Rights, this is NAGR, subpoenas Magpul in fight against magazine bans. And as you can see, for immediate release Tuesday, September 9th, right there. That is, as of today, this is moments ago. Denver, the National Association for Gun Rights today announced it has issued a subpoena to Magpul Industries demanding the release of civilian sales data on standard capacity magazines after the company refused to cooperate voluntarily for over a year. Shots freaking fired. Now, let me give you some backstory on this, and this is an important piece, and then we'll go through the rest of this subpoena announcement. Again, this is coming from NAGR. So the big fight in the magazine bans is all around common use. Is it common use? Is it not? The entire point is the Heller decision said if something's in common use, it can't be banned. AR-15 magazines or standard capacity magazines are quite obviously in standard use territory or common use territory because they're standard capacity. There's nothing super special about them. It's idiotic to try to ban them. It's just gun control by another name. Now, what NAGR is trying to do here is they're trying to get the actual individual numbers released by Magpul, because if they have the numbers, they can prove common use. It's fairly simple. I have to prove common use. I need the numbers. Magpul give me the numbers. Not happening, cupcake. NAGR says, have a subpoena. That's effectively what's happening. Let me get back to it though. NAGR is currently challenging Massachusetts' so-called assault weapons and magazine ban in federal court. This subpoena is aimed at thwarting the moving targets set by anti-gun activist judges by proving that AR-15s and standard capacity magazines are commonly used for lawful purposes, a constitutional standard the Supreme Court has been crystal clear about in Heller and Braden. And that's just another way to say what I just told you. Okay? But they're going after Magpul's sales numbers. Listen to this. And they're not pulling any punches. I mean, candidly, they're not. Quote, for more than a year, Magpul has slammed the door on every request we made for their sales numbers, said Dudley Brown, president of NAGR. They know their magazines are owned by millions of law-abiding Americans, but instead of standing shoulder to shoulder with gun owners in the biggest constitutional fight of our generation, they've chosen to hide behind silence. Enough is enough. We're hauling them into court. NAGR just dropped the gauntlet directly on Magpul's door. Where does this go? I have no idea where this goes. But National Association for Gun Rights, with these quotes and this language, is going directly on Magpul's front doorstep, as I said in the intro. They want those sales numbers. Now, you guys can let me know in the comments if you think they should give them, they should be forced to give them, if they should, shouldn't, all the different things. Tell me your opinions. But as we continue, keep in mind, this is the NAGR perspective. We need these numbers for the broader good. Magpul apparently is saying, nah, that's not my thing. I can't tell you the reasons why. Let's keep on going. And by the way, when I say I can't tell you, it means I don't know, not that I'm hiding anything. NAGR emphasized that this subpoena isn't about punishing a manufacturer, but about exposing the undeniable truth that anti-gun politicians are desperate to bury. The request is simple. Magpul must provide their raw numbers of magazines in circulation. It does not and will never seek any personally identifiable information about gun owners. The gun industry has failed to deliver the hard evidence needed to kill these bans, failed to deliver the very products they profit from, and failed the gun owners who buy their products. We consider this a friendly subpoena, but if they want to fight, we'll fight, Brown continued. I mean, I know Dudley, and it is very Dudley to say this is a friendly subpoena. Yeah, something tells me this isn't going to be received very friendly, but I digress. Let's continue. NAGR is demanding breakdowns of Magpul civilian magazine sales by capacity to prove once and for all that so-called high-capacity magazines are not rare, unusual, or exotic, but rather some of the most common firearm accessories in the United States. We are not going to let bureaucrats, activist judges, or a complacent gun industry write the obituary for the Second Amendment. We're going to prove with Magpul's own numbers that these magazines are in common use, and when we do, the entire case for bans collapses, said Hannah Hill, vice president of NAGR's legal arm. They do have a point. If they get those numbers, it does collapse. The whole premise of not in common use and not something special, and I mean, it does collapse, genuinely. But let's continue. Let me wrap this up. NFGR's lawsuit in Massachusetts is aimed at setting a national precedent to strike down assault weapon and magazine bans across the country. Magpul has roughly 3 weeks to comply with our subpoena, and in the coming days, NAGR will also be issuing similar sales data requests to several other AR manufacturers. Hold the phone! Does that mean NAGR is just going to be launching subpoenas against all the manufacturers because they want this data so bad that they're going to try to basically put pressure on them and get the sales data numbers so they can apply it for a Pro 2A purpose? I don't know, guys. You can tell me what you think about this. Let's wrap it up and then we'll do a summation. The time for backroom excuses is over, Hill concluded. Gun owners deserve the same support they have given these multi-billion-dollar businesses, and NAGR will not stop until these unconstitutional bans are shattered in court. I mean, they're not pulling any punches, and here's the big payoff in my humble opinion. If you've got an organization like NAGR is saying, hey, we need these mags, we need the sales numbers in order to disprove the whole basically magazine ban, assault weapons ban style language in Massachusetts, which would be then a template for national. If you need those numbers and you are a Pro 2A organization that makes magazines, the largest manufacturer of magazines, I believe, wouldn't it be in your best interest to deliver those numbers? Now, I'm not in Magpul. I'm not affiliated officially with NAGR. I work with them off and on in a professional capacity because they do good work. But, I mean, it does seem to raise a question. Why would you not provide the data that is required to destroy the mag bans once and for all? It seems counterintuitive to not do that. Now, on the flip side, I mean, of course, NAGR wants them to continue the lawsuit because that lawsuit dies without the data. Basically, that's what they're saying. But on the other side of that, maybe there's something that I don't know about. Maybe there's something that you and I don't have access to. Maybe there's some sort of contractual obligation that's going on with bigger, broader things outside the civilian market that we don't know about from Magpul's perspective. I'm not going to burn either one of these organizations down to the ground, but I can tell you, with this press release, it looks like, and granted it is released from NAGR, so it looks like NAGR has the noble cause aligned to their side. There could be something on the other side of this. I have no idea, but I can tell you one thing. This is going to be a statement, and this is going to be a very interesting follow-up few days, particularly when they say they're going after other companies as well. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you like the tough love? Do you like the forcing of the hand? Do you think it's a little too much? I honestly want to know what you guys think in the comments below. My name is Braden. I'll see you later.